Indestructible Gaming. Select your character. Musket Shot. Mr. K. Let the battle begin. Get ready for a battle unknown. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Indestructible Gaming and More. I'm Musket Shot. Alongside me is my co-host, Mr. K. Mr. K, you ready to brawl?
I'm Batman.
Oh, wow. I was not expecting that.
Welcome, folks, to another episode.
So we are talking about the game called MultiVersus. It's a Warner Brothers type game. But it's actually the developer is a Player First Game, which is they're located in Los Angeles, California. It's their first game.
Pretty impressive for their first game, I might say.
Yes. So it's your beat 'em up fighting type of game, but I think it's an E for pretty probably an E for everyone. I don't.
It might turn teen when it releases.
Yeah, when everything comes out, but it's right now. It's in the early stages. It's in a alpha testing stage right now, and we were able to get some playing time on it, which has been pretty cool, and actually fighting against each other, but also fighting against others. But I'll let you tell a little bit about the game.
Well, the game is pretty much a 2D, 3D game. Basically, you fight on a 2D environment, but everything is in 3D. Pretty much, it's a platform fighting game along the lines of Super Smash Brothers, if you played that, or like some other games like Graves of Aether, Brawlhalla. Any of those games pretty much play almost the same. And yeah, even Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is along the same line. But pretty much you fight on the platforms and try to knock each other off until you exit the screen and die. And you use different moves. You have special attacks that do also different moves. And the difference between this one and the other ones is that when you fight with teammates, your moves also help them, your allies in this case. And that makes synergy a lot more interesting with different characters. But yeah, that's the basic, how it basically works.
Okay. Can you give a rundown of what characters are in this as of right now?
Oh, geez. Let's see. We have Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. We have Bugs Bunny and Taz from Looney Tunes. You got Harley Quinn, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman from DC. Tom and Jerry from Tom and Jerry. Shaggy and Velma from Scooby-Doo. You got an original character called Rain Dog, which Player First has made. I feel like I'm missing like one or two.
There's a character from Game of Thrones.
Yes, Arya Stark. She's also in there. I always forget. I don't. Iron Giant from Iron Giant.
Yeah. And then there's a woman. I can't remember. I'm bringing it up right now. Oh, Garnet
and Steven. Oh yeah, Garnet and Steven from Steven Universe.
Yeah.
How could I forget them?
Yes, right.
But I think that's everyone.
So all those characters are. Although, is Iron Giant available?
Iron Giant was
alpha?
not available in the alpha, but he will be available in the open beta in July if anyone is interested.
Right, but all those other characters are available in the alpha. Some of them are locked, so you have to, play it to unlock them.
Yeah, basically go to online, do some matches, and rack up some coins and unlock them for like 2,000. Not too expensive, and hopefully that doesn't change in the full release, because I think that's a pretty good point to
Right.
unlock them. It
Yeah.
doesn't take too long to get the coins, but it does enough matches so you don't get burnt out.
Right. Yeah. And then they have different they have different characters. Like the characters are like labeled as different things. Like some are considered bruisers.
Yes,
Which
bruisers, mages,
yeah, bruisers are the ones that like can really beat you up pretty good. So
defenders, I think they were. I can't
yeah,
remember. Protectors, defenders. They have a shield as their symbol. So along those lines, pretty much your tank to make sure nobody gets hurt.
right. And they
And
use
you got
like
your hybrids too, which is
right,
a mix of certain ones.
and they use a lot of good voiceover work too.
Yeah, they got the actual people who voiced these characters. That like they even got Jim Cummings to play as Taz, which I thought was pretty cool
Yeah.
because he got some legendary voice actors for this.
Yep.
Which I can't which it's weird because I can't say I'm not surprised, but I really am because with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, you think coming from Nickelodeon they would have the voice actors and all that, but no, they haven't done that because I don't know. I can't really give you an answer on that. Ask Viacom. But
yeah, and
these characters also talk to each other as well as talk in general, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because most of these fighting games, the characters have like these catchphrases that they use at the beginning or at the end of a match, or possibly during, but the catchphrases are not really directed toward anyone. They're just sort of just spoken. Whereas these aren't really catchphrases. These are like the characters like taunting the other character or saying something about the other character, which is kind of weird because you can have like Velma fighting Bugs Bunny and she'll be like all of a sudden she'll just be like, it's rabbit hunting season or something like that. And
yeah, it feels surreal.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't expect these characters to be interacting with each other. Like there were some leaked characters that haven't been officially revealed yet. These two being Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty and Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. So I'm gonna find it pretty surreal when Jake the dog from Adventure Time is gonna be talking to Rick Sanchez. It's gonna be pretty funny, or like Iron Giant talking to Batman.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah. And they use a lot of the music too from the the characters.
Another thing Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl doesn't do.
Yeah.
Don't mean to hate on that game, but
yeah,
this does a lot better than the other one. They put a lot more work into this, but I can't blame the people who made Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl. They didn't get much funding from Viacom. Knowing them.
Yeah, like for Batman, you can hear like the music from the Batman series with
and the movies.
Yeah, and the movies, stuff like that. So you can hear some of the music from that, which is pretty neat.
The stages we got to play on that played these musics were of course the Batcave being one. You have Finn and Jake's treehouse. You also had Wonder Woman's home world.
Mm-hmm.
They called it Trophy's Edge, I think. And of course, Scooby-Doo Mansion.
Yeah.
Which is probably close to my favorite stage. I like that one and the Batman one.
Yeah. Yeah, because some of the stuff is interactive too. You can get knocked into stuff and knock things over and stuff.
And you also have some cameos here and there.
Yeah.
Like in the Scooby-Doo Mansion, you do see a ghost go around every once in a while, and it's the same ghost, but it's a phantom from the series,
right? Someone
familiar, and you also have pictures of the certain ghosts or creatures they've unmasked.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of detail into this game, and they did pretty well. I also like the models they did. The models are very cool. They look a little cartoony and kiddie, but I mean, at some point you got to make it, kind of the same style.
Right.
But it all blends together pretty well.
And this is going to be a free to play game. So when it does officially release, it will be free to play. But of course, there'll be things that you'll want to probably buy.
Yeah.
To
it's
enhance your game.
It's one of those games I'd be okay with purchasing things for because I already like the platforming fighter style genre.
Mm-hmm.
So this game coming out and having, probably some of my favorite characters in there, you're already getting my money.
Yeah. So there's 1 versus 1 matches. There's 4-player free for all type stuff. And then there's team based 2 versus 2.
And of course you can fight versus AI and all that. Now the thing, okay, so 1v1 is pretty good. I like 1v1s because you have stocks and all that. And that's pretty good. I do like that. But free for all, it seemed really weird. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. Really hectic at times, especially with some characters like Tom and Jerry or like, I don't know, Garnet or Rain Dog, something like that. But the point system is a little weird. I don't know if you had the same kind of issue I do, but
yeah, I couldn't figure it out.
Basically, it seemed like whenever someone got to the top of their game, they get double the points. And basically, it's whoever gets the most knockouts wins, which knockouts is like 1 point each. Seems simple, right? But when you get into the match and become the king, it's when you get the most, knockouts at the time. You get double points. And that's the part where it gets a little confusing because you see, if someone has, let's say, 3 minutes on the clock, and this person has, 2 kills, before you know it, they're going to have 4 kills. And then before you know it, it's going to be like 22. And within that amount of time, no one's going to be able to top that within, 2 minutes. And I don't know. I think you're already giving a person who has the upper hand more of an upper hand. And the other thing is when you knock people out, it's the last person who touches them gets the point. I'm not exactly sure if that's how it works. They didn't really exactly teach you how it works either. It's the point system's very finicky, it seems, of how it works. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know if it's also an alpha thing, but the fact that you can't put on stocks in a free-for-all or a team battle, it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of limits things.
What do you mean can't put on stocks?
Basically, stocks is your lives. Like, how in 1v1s we were knocking each other out and we had like 3 lives each?
Yeah.
You couldn't do that in free-for-all. It wouldn't let you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It doesn't make sense.
It was just time-based, right?
Yeah, it was always time-based, and it was the most knockouts wins, which I don't usually play that when I do like Smash Brothers or Nickelodeon All-Stars. I usually do play stock.
Okay.
So not having that option for free-for-all and or like team battle, it seems like it's lacking a little bit. But like I said, it's an alpha. They're most likely going to change it.
Yeah.
Or add on to it.
So I think the fighting wise in the game for a person like me who's played a bunch of the games that you've played, and a lot of times have played against you, I think fighting wise, this game seems to be much more user friendly from kind of like a gamer like myself who's not playing constantly, but very casual gamer. It seems to be very user friendly, where you can make mistakes and not pay for it. Basically, if you go flying off the edge, this game really allows you to almost make your way back
Yeah.
onto the platform. Whereas some games, you go off the edge and you've really got very little chance to get back to the platform.
Yeah, that's like one difference I kind of do like from Smash Brothers. There's actually two differences I'll bring up. The first one being what we're talking about is like Smash, when you get knocked off the edge, you either have the chance of doing a recovery move or doing a move that can get you to the ledge. Basically, recovery moves are moves that either put like make you go upwards to make you reach the ledge so you can grab it and get back on. Or you can either, if you're lucky enough, have a character that can mount on walls and, bring yourself up through the wall by jumping on it over and over again, getting ever so close to that ledge. MultiVersus, however, lets any character touch the side of the stage and just pretty much climb their way up, which makes it so you have to knock them out with as much power as possible, which makes it a lot more fun. The other thing about this game that's different than Smash is that oh god, where was I going with this? I had it in my mind, now I lost it.
Mhm.
Well, I'll go on to the other idea I had. There's no grabs in the game. Smash Brothers, you can grab fighters and you can throw them anywhere possible. This game doesn't have that, so you have to run back and forth without being knocked out. And that makes it a lot more entertaining and fluctuates the flow of battle pretty well. So, like, say if I had like 160%, which is, the knockout area pretty well, because that's how the game works. The more higher the percentage you have, the easier it is to someone knock you out. So basically, when I have like 160%, I have to run all around and try my best not to get killed. And that's pretty stressful, considering that something very simple can kill me, especially if the other team has like one kill to go until they win. Man,
Yeah.
I'm still. What were we gonna say?
You're still, hopefully it'll come to you in a second. Yeah, there's a lot of, I find that with this game, and and it's like this with Smash Brothers and the other ones. You do a lot of jumping to avoid getting hit, but I find that this one's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seems like it's a lot easier to jump and actually hit an opponent in the air and almost like fight in the air than some of the other games.
Yeah, MultiVersus is very air-focused battles. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because not a lot of the time you'll be fighting in the air, but when you do, it's very entertaining.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like the flow of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because sometimes you can do it while you and your opponent are off the platform, and you could be fighting to basically, you could nail somebody and send them down.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool, or send them back. Yeah,
that's pretty neat. Smash. You can do that in Smash Brothers as well, but here it seems a lot easier to do.
Yeah.
Or a little harder, depending on who you're up against.
Right.
But I just did remember what I was going to say. Another key difference from this and Super Smash Brothers is that when you hit someone with the same move again, you'll get a state of decay for your move. What that means is that if you attack them with the same move, it's not going to do as much damage as it initially did, which, unlike Smash, you have to mix up your moves, which makes it a lot more interesting for battle. I can't just spam a simple move. I have to change it up and switch it up to do more damage, which makes it a lot more interesting to see what the person will do next, and unpredictable.
Yeah, the characters all have a lot of different moves. Almost all the buttons do something different, it seems like. So which is pretty cool. I like that.
You have your basic attacks, and you also have your charged attacks. Smash also has charged attacks, but you do a little differently than MultiVersus. MultiVersus, you just hold the button and it automatically does it. In Smash Brothers, you have to press that button as well as moving the. You got to click that button and the left stick at the same time to do it, which for some people who don't play Smash can be very finicky at times. However, MultiVersus seems a lot easier to do. You also have your specials, which right, down, or up will give you a different result. You can also do this in air, and sometimes with some characters, you might have to wait for them for those moves to recharge. And some characters even have a move that you'll be able to do when it's charging. So like there's a move that Steven can throw, Steven Universe can throw a shield and it bounces players off. But when that shield's already deployed or you're waiting for the cooldown to come back, all he does is like a little gliding kick. So you still have a move, but it's a different move because you're waiting for that move to cool down or go away. So I do like that. And you also have your aerial moves, which is just your normal aerial attacks, and you have your aerial specials, which is usually the same thing, but just in a different manner. Like we'll do say Bugs Bunny, for example. He has a move where he can make a safe fall down from the sky. So on the ground, he's going to put down a target and the safe's going to come down from the sky. However, when he's in the air, when he does it, he's instead going to draw it from a blueprint and it's going to fall down from the sky rather than having them put it on a target and waiting for it to come down. That way it's more fast and more instant. So they're going to have mostly the same moves, just in a different style. It sounds complicated from us talking about it, but when you're physically there playing the game, it's a lot easier to comprehend.
Yeah. Yeah, the game moves fast too. I mean, there's a lot. And the action is pretty intense and chaotic at times.
Especially if you're fighting against other people and you don't know what they're about to do.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. When you fight against, if you're in a team of two and you fight against another team of two, they kind of match you. I think they try to match you close to what the levels you are. So you're not, if you're a level 1, you're not fighting somebody who's got 2 characters that are level 10s or something like that. I think they try to match you up as best as they can.
Yeah. Another thing about this game that I do like, it has a lot more accessibility features. Like on Musket Shots game, there's probably outlines, right? I'm assuming you have the outlines turned on.
Yeah.
As well as the character colors.
Yeah.
And basically what those do is when you're in the game, you're going to be able to tell who's on your team and who's on the other team based on their colors alone, because each team has a certain color. Usually it's blue versus red. You can change this in the settings, of course, but usually it's blue versus red. And basically your character will be outlined with either blue or red. And the character colors changes the character's colors to blue or red. You can have both of these on, or one on and the other off, or both of them off. I'm used to playing Super Smash Brothers and all that, so I'm used to focusing on my character and knowing what I'm doing. So I just have these off, which doesn't bother me. It might bother some people, but it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a bunch of other things you can unlock in this game, such as like when your character goes in a battle, you can choose perks. Different perks give them, certain upgrades towards certain moves or better things to defend themselves with. Like, let's say that I got a perk that gives me less damage when I get hit by a projectile, or straight up deflects it back. And some perks also help your teammates as well and might count for both people. And it's pretty cool. I do like the perk system.
Some of the characters will provide a shield for your teammate, which will help you within the battle.
I mean, there's a bunch of other things you can unlock as well for your profile. You can unlock profile pictures. You can unlock character backgrounds, which can change, I don't know how to explain it. It's basically before you go in a battle, your character will be there, standing there, waiting to be, fight. And pretty much you're going to have this sheath behind the character, like a background almost. And it's going to have your name on it and stuff. You can change it. It's usually red or blue, depending on what team you're on, but you can change it to have different aesthetics, like the Bat Cave or like, well, not the Bat Cave, but kind of like Wonder Woman's place or Arkham Asylum or something like that.
Right.
You can also unlock certain ring out animations, which I do like a lot. So instead of the rainbow kind of effect, you can also get That's All Folks with Porky Pig coming out, or say Spike from Tom and Jerry biting the person from below when they die, or above, or wherever where they. What else is there? You can also unlock announcer packs. There is an announcer in the game, and he's all right. I'm kind of indifferent. Sometimes he sounds a little weird, but no offense to the announcer.
Yeah.
But I do like it. It adds to the game. Definitely would be a lot awkward if there wasn't one.
Yeah.
But you can change it to different characters as you level them up, because as you play the game online, you can level up characters, and they have like their certain path they go on, and as you go down that path, you can unlock different stuff for that character, and also unlock stuff in the battle pass, which they will have. So that's another way you can spend money on this game. What else is there? You can from what I saw, also there seems to be a way you can unlock different menu music, which is not a thing you can do present in the beta, the alpha. But I'm assuming in the full game you're going to be able to. And one thing I don't like about it so far, and I'm definitely probably going to retract this later on when it releases. I'm sure we'll do another episode on this when this fully releases, or maybe like a year after it fully releases. That way we have a little gap. But I don't like the fact that there isn't any local, but this is just an alpha that could very well change. And I'm assuming they will have local. It'd be a little weird if you had a platform fighter and did not have local.
I would hope so. Right?
Yeah, I would hope so as well. But the fact that I couldn't do local, I was very surprised by it. I was kind of expecting it going in, but it's a thing I expect them to have. And if they don't have that, I'll be very surprised, because that's a very missed opportunity for couch co-op or couch versus.
Right. Yeah.
Especially with the game being free.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now this closed alpha is only till
like Friday or Saturday, I think.
I think it's till the 27th, which is Friday. So, okay.
So by the time this episode releases, you're not going to be able to get your hands on this until the open beta in July, sadly to say.
Yeah. So the open beta in July, did people have to sign up for that again, or
no, that's just open beta. I'm sure
anybody can play it, right?
You can just go into the store and download it.
Cool.
But it'll be open at certain times, but
right, only from a certain date to a certain date, probably, right? Again, certain
date. Sometimes with open betas, they have it open at certain times and closes at certain times. I'm going to assume the open beta is just going to have this day to this day, and that's it.
Okay.
It'd be weird for a game like that to be open certain hours.
Right. Well, we might have to play this a little bit again on Friday before that goes away.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And you don't
even like Smash Brothers all too much.
Well, I do, but I look at these games as button mashing. Like for you, there's more of a strategy, and you know how to do the certain moves. Me, I'm just button mashing. But you and I have both played as teammates and have gone out and played against other players online, and I don't know, we've done pretty good. I mean, there's been times where we really clean the house up with there's been people, and sometimes then we've gotten our butt handed to us. But I think it's a lot better than I thought it'd be. I've come to notice that there are some people that don't even want a rematch after we beat them up, and I'm not trying to gloat or anything. I'm just genuinely confused, because when you play the game and play online,
depending on how long you play that match for, you get coins out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you lose, you get less coins from it, but you get coins anyways. So I just find it weird that people cancel and miss out on XP and coins and just have to play the game more for whatever they're farming for, or just in general.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah,
And
that's them. That's what they do. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And one of the things that's kind of, I don't know, maybe they do it in other games, but I don't know. You can tell me if not, in this game, you can toast the other players, which is basically you can give them coins for, good play.
I don't think you can do that, but I know in some like platform fighting games, you can definitely like give like an emote at the end saying like good game or something like that. You can do that in Smash, I think.
Yeah.
But you don't give them like currency or anything. It's just like, hey, good job. You tried. I guess you did good. I don't know. Something along those lines.
I mean, this one you can give like 25 gold coins.
However,
to
unlike
the other players.
Yeah, unlike Smash Brothers, the toasts you only have a certain amount of, and you have to not unlock, but you have to acquire them through the battle pass, which, if anyone here knows how battle passes work, you have your free version of it, and then you have the not free version of it. And usually the not free version is, full of a lot of stuff, which is what I don't like about battle passes. I'm not a huge fan of them. But I guess if the battle pass has anything interesting that really gets me excited, I'll go ahead and get it. But usually battle passes last for like, I don't know, a month or two, depending.
Right.
So, and the fact that the sidebar of your HUD in the game has a store icon makes me very interested to see what they're going to have to offer.
Yeah.
Between characters and alternate outfits, which we should probably get to alternate outfits, huh?
Yeah, definitely some interesting ones, I guess, right?
Yeah, you have Samurai Batman, you have Pirate. I need to drink water. Pirate Tom and Jerry. What else you have? You have Cake for Jake. If you haven't watched Adventure Time, Cake is pretty much a different version of Jake. It's just like a girl version of Jake where it's a cat instead of a dog. Yeah.
Okay.
But what else was there? There was
Uncle
Shagsworthy.
Shagsworthy, yeah.
Which I don't know where that's from, but it's definitely Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably one of the Scooby episodes or
you
seasons.
have Bougie Bugs.
Bougie Bugs?
I think I'm saying that right.
Okay.
He's like he's very classy.
Oh.
He's got the purple jacket on. He's you got like glasses or monocle or something like that.
Okay. Yep.
I think that's how you pronounce it, Bougie.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I might be mistaken, but that's how I saw it and that's how we said it. But yeah, I hope more characters get more as they progress. Obviously, I'm assuming they will.
Yeah.
Like Superman, I can see very interesting ones to the fore. Maybe Cyborg Superman or maybe
Bizarro Superman.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking. Bizarro Superman.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking of Zod, but that's definitely. I mean, if they wanted to, they could possibly do Zod.
Yeah.
Because they do like Cake. Because the one thing I do like about alternate outfits, some alternate outfits actually change the voice, and they get someone else to voice the character. So, for example, Cake for Jake actually has Cake's voice actor from the series.
That's cool.
Which I thought was very cool. For a cosmetic change, I didn't expect a full voice change. I expected her to be completely silent. But no, she's completely voiced.
That's cool.
I don't think not as many interactions as normal Jake would have with other characters. But still pretty cool. I like it a lot. So yeah, they could definitely do General Zod if they really wanted to have him as a alternate outfit for Superman.
Yeah.
He could very well do that.
Yeah. So as for the cast of characters that's right now in the alpha, what would be maybe your, say, top 3 favorite characters that you've played so far?
Well, I guess I'll start from 3 from being my least favorite to 1 being my favorite.
Okay.
I'd probably have to go
All right. So
with,
what is your least favorite character?
in general, or
Yeah.
my least favorite.
No, I want to know what your least favorite character is. Like the one that you don't like fighting with.
I'm not a huge fan of Rain Dog.
Okay. And that's an original.
I'm sorry,
character.
I'm sorry, first player games. I'm not a huge fan of that. When I play fighting games, I usually don't tend to go for the person that's more defending or want to protect others. I usually go for the one to attack or do more damage.
Okay.
So Rain Dog is definitely not my character. Rain Dog is one to just help others. And I mean, yeah, you also have moves that hurt, but definitely is a character that's more to defend rather than attack.
Right. Okay.
So it's just not my play style.
Okay.
I want to say my third favorite character. I like Steven or Steve. I have to go for Steven or Finn. They're both really fun and fast characters. Finn's more of a fighter, while Steven is more of a projectile player, but they're both really enjoyable to play as. My second favorite, definitely Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry are very fun to play with, and they have the screams. They have the screams from the series. I was really hoping when this game got announced that they would have the Tom and Jerry screams.
Yeah.
And sure enough, when they die or if you do their taunt, they scream, and it's really funny, or at least Tom screams.
And
Jerry does scream every once in a while, but that's when he dies. And yes, you can kill Jerry.
Yeah, you can kill
other players can kill Jerry as well.
Yeah, you can kill Jerry separately and within it. But it's funny because a lot of times the attacks that Tom and Jerry are doing, basically Tom's trying to kill Jerry within the attack. So it's pretty much, is he really trying to attack the opponent or is he just trying to kill Jerry? I'm not sure.
Probably both.
Both, yeah.
But I think my first favorite character is probably Taz. He's the most I've been playing. He as well as Velma from Scooby-Doo are experimental. They're not fully complete yet, so that might change within the next. It might change from release because I really like his tornado spin. It's a really good move. I just like playing as him in general. So if they nerf him, meaning that they'll make him a little worse than he is now, but it's more for balancing. I don't know. It might change my mind, but for now, I really like Taz. Taz is really fun.
Yeah, that's my wife played the game with you, and she said that the characters that she tried, and I thought Velma would be her favorite character because she's a huge Scooby-Doo fan, or Shaggy, but she said Tasmanian Devil was definitely the best character that she played with. She liked Taz the most.
What's your least favorite character to play as, and what's your top 3?
Say least favorite. I'm looking at the list right now because I don't have as many unlocked or the same people unlocked probably as you. But I will have to say, Arya Stark from Game of Thrones is probably my least favorite right now.
Really?
Just because I haven't played with her a lot yet, and I think there'll be more to her that I'll enjoy. But it seemed like when I played her, it seemed like it was a lot of just simple fighting moves type of stuff. So I wasn't really overly thrilled with it. But I think once I get more into the playing of it, I'll really like it. My third favorite is Garnet from Steven Universe. When I first started, I unlocked her recently, and the first time I played her, she was like a brute in the game. She was just beating up everything.
She was pretty good.
She was pretty strong. I think she's a bruiser in the categories. Second favorite, I would have to say, would probably be. I would probably say Jake the dog, because Jake does some funky. He does some funky things where he'll like turn into different things, or he'll swallow somebody, and then you can just run around with that person, and then you can spit them out, and hopefully you can spit them out like off the edge and send them flying. He does some really cool things and stretches, and so he's pretty an interesting character to fight with. And then my favorite character, I think so far, is Bugs Bunny. I think just because he's got so many different types of things he can do, where he's got like he's got like a baseball bat sometimes he's got a sledgehammer type thing. He's got the safe that he can drop. He's got a big Acme rocket. And then there's times where he can burrow under the platform and pop up in a different area. So I think he's just got a lot of different cool moves and stuff. And I think he's pretty fun.
He's a really fun character. He's pretty much all around.
Yeah.
He's kind of like your Mario of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your basic beginner character. Like, not saying if you're bad at the game, play as his character, but
right.
If you kind of want a fast character who also has like projectiles as well as melee attacks, Bugs is pretty much your go-to guy.
Yeah, I think that the other characters, a lot of them are really good as well. Like I like Taz and Velma. And,
yeah, they seem to be all pretty balanced.
They're all pretty really good. Fun. Yeah, they're all pretty good. I mean, it just depends on which ones you feel more comfortable fighting with sometimes. But it's really, I like trying to mix it up and kind of build the levels of the characters, a little bit each time, because I don't want to, like, sometimes I don't like to just sit with one character through the whole time, but some people do, and they like doing that. I know you were doing that the other night. You were building up Taz for a while there. You kept increasing his his
alternate outfit.
Yeah. So it depends on what you want to do with the character and stuff. And it's funny too, because I mean, sometimes you get into these 2 versus 2 matches, which we did one the other night, and I forgot who I was. I
think you're a Harley.
I think it was Harley Quinn. You were Taz, and then the 2 people we were fighting were Taz. So it was like the worst battle, because there was 3 Tazes doing tornadoes all over the place, and it was really hectic. Chaotic. And it was like, if you got caught up in any of those, you were going to get thrown all over the place. So it was really hard to fight that one. And then I think we had said that if they want to do a rematch, I'll go in as Taz too, and then we can have 4 of them on the. Yeah, they declined. They declined.
They did not want to do it.
That would have been interesting to see what happened on that one. But there's other characters that I think we would like to see. I don't know if we want to just do a special episode on that, or do we want to get into it now?
We might as well just get into it, because
by
the time we probably upload more, it'll probably be beta. The open beta is going to be out and all that, or they might announce new characters by then. So we might as well just do it now.
Okay.
Because we worked, or at least I spent a lot of time going through these Warner Brothers, and each week, not each week, whenever we upload a new episode, the new episode will have a new top 10, or maybe top 5 characters we want in this game. It'll be set with a certain what's the word? I'm just gonna go setting. So like top 10 villains you want in the game, or top 10 characters from DC or something along those lines.
Right.
But for now, it's going to be our top 10 characters. I try to be as most varietic. Is that a word? Varietic?
Nah, not really.
Varietary.
No.
I try to make it. I try to make the most variety list. I guess it's very broken English, but that's the best way I can put it.
Right.
I try to make everyone as different as they can possibly be. That way, it's not all the same.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first. I'm curious what you have.
Okay, so I don't have them in any specific order.
No, I didn't either.
What I did was, because there's so many different characters on Warner Brothers, I went online and looked up the list of all the different characters that Warner Brothers.
It'll be really funny if we have the same characters or one or two.
Yeah, right. All the different characters that Warner.
We also have
owns.
honorable mentions we'd like to add.
Yeah,
but
so
we'll do honorable mentions afterwards.
So okay, so we got top. You said you're 10 of them, right? The first one was 10.
10, yeah.
Okay, so I gotta put a check mark next to the ones I do. So my first one, obviously, you got Velma and Shaggy. You gotta have Scooby Doo, right?
I mean, that's fair.
That's gotta be.
That's kind of like Nickelodeon doing, Patrick and Sandy, but not adding SpongeBob.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they don't put Scooby Doo in this, then that's a huge miss.
It's the title of the show. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You have to.
You have to, right? And I'm actually surprised they don't have them in there now, but maybe that's because they didn't want to spoil it right now.
You could also have an alternate outfit be the gray Scooby Doo. I forgot his name.
Scooby Dumb.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was thinking of Dumb Doo, but yeah. Scooby Dumb.
Or you change it completely and have the alternate outfit be Scrappy Doo.
Ugh. I feel like they would have that as his own character and just let you beat him up.
Well, that's the thing, I don't know. The other character, I think that, I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't be added from Scooby-Doo is Fred Jones.
Is this like a slash after Scooby-Doo, or is this also one of your top 10?
It's one of my top 10s. Yeah.
Oh,
so okay. Scooby-Doo and Fred Jones is a different one. So I think Fred would be interesting because if he could do like different traps and stuff.
That would be interesting.
It would be kind of neat, throw down.
He'd be like a trap character. He would
throw down,
throw things around, right?
A net trap or something like some other trap type of thing where he throws out. I think it'd be kind of interesting to do that. Okay, let's see. Number 3, and again, this is not in any typical specific order. From the Hanna-Barbera world, Captain Caveman.
Oh, wow, look at that. Wow, we did get one together. That's funny. Yeah, I also put Captain Caveman on my list.
So Captain Caveman, I wasn't even thinking this. I was looking through the list and I saw the Captain Caveman. I was like, oh yeah, that totally could be used. I mean, with his ability, his fighting ability, and his club and all that stuff, and his screaming. I mean, I
would also like to mention that there were characters that were leaked, and we're not going to say them because they could be false. We don't want anyone going around spreading this around and then having it be false. But we made sure our characters are different than those supposedly leaked characters. And I'll say one, for example, was Fred Flintstone. So I would have gone for Fred Flintstone if he wasn't, leaked.
Right.
But since he was technically leaked, Captain Caveman is my next choice.
Yeah.
It would be really funny going around and beating people up with a the giant club.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe riding a dinosaur or something like that.
So number 4 would be, hold on, let me just make sure I got my list here right. I'm going to put a number next to them instead of a little X so I know how many I've gotten here because I didn't put these in any specific order. So another one would be Dastardly from the Hanna-Barbera world. And
Wacky Races, right?
Yeah. So he's got that, that funky mustache there, the handlebar mustache, but he's always a bad guy. He's always got Muttley with him usually and stuff like that. And that could be one of those things where they use Muttley and him together or something like that. It'd be kind of neat.
It would be fun to run over people in his car.
Yeah, exactly.
And a Wacky Races stage would be really cool because you'd see all the racers going on in the background. Iconic characters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be pretty neat. Or you could
be on the track and you have to watch out for the cars driving by and you can see all the iconic Hanna-Barbera characters in the audience cheering for you.
Yep. Another one would be, obviously, you got Bugs. How about Daffy Duck?
No, that's another one on my list.
Yep. I think
that was a pretty obvious one though.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. Really,
I would definitely like a Duck Dodger skin, or hell, even Green Lantern Daffy Duck, because that's a thing.
Yeah, I could definitely see them doing Duck Dodgers. I think I think they did enough Duck Dodgers cartoons over the
they even had his own spin-off series on that on Boomerang.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yep. The sixth character is Yosemite Sam. So I think you gotta have sort of another villain type character.
Yeah, we have Taz. Might as well add another Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I don't think like when I think of characters that are kind of like villains towards like Daffy Duck and Bugs, I think you got Porky Pig. Sometimes you got Elmer Fudd, but Elmer Fudd and Porky Pig, I don't think they really fit well into a game like this. But I think Yosemite Sam, I think does.
Yosemite Sam would definitely work. I would love, especially if he has his taunt be as like his butt being on fire and he's just yelling he's just yelling as he's trying to put out the fire, jumping up and down like crazy. It'd be really funny.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Another one would be since Warner Brothers kind of owns like the Harry Potter franchise, I was thinking bring in Voldemort.
It would be weird, although it would be weird to have Voldemort and not Harry.
Yeah, I think so too. But I'm not sure if they bring in Harry from Harry Potter. I don't know. Maybe they would. Maybe they wouldn't. But yeah,
there's plenty of boys in the MultiVersus roster that could go for the boy who lived if they added Voldemort though.
Yeah, true.
Finn, Steven.
Yeah, true. Another one you mentioned, I think it was Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. What about adding Gollum?
I can see Gollum being interesting. I don't know what moves he would do. Maybe playing your finger off. I don't know.
Probably flipping around a line, slapping people with his feet and stuff.
I can see him being a very maneuverable character. Maybe he'd be more of a speedy, jumpy one. Yeah, exactly. Maybe. Or maybe he could be like a transforming character where he's normal and then I don't know, you press the down special and maybe he like the talks with the ring and all that and slowly turns into him and gets new moves. I don't know. You could have a pretty cool moveset with that. Yeah. And it would be funny seeing people freaked out by him. Yeah. Like what would Superman's reaction to that? Yeah, exactly. Like, what is that? Number 9 would be the brain from Animaniacs. Oh, I didn't even think of Animaniacs. I didn't even think about them. They could be very... Yeah, so I thought Brain from Animaniacs could be kind of fun because he's kind of smart and you can see him doing like different things, like maybe... I feel like if they did add him, though, it would be both of them, Pinky and the Brain. Yeah. And maybe that's the alternate type thing where one, if you can be the Brain or you can unlock Pinky and be either one. Yeah, that could be a thing. Or they could work together or something like that. Because usually they did experiments together. Didn't Brain use Pinky a lot for his experiments? Yeah, I think so. Yep. So they could do something like that. Yep. And then number 10 would be Hong Kong Phooey. Oh, man. I forgot about Hong Kong Phooey. He would be perfect. Hong Kong Phooey would fit perfectly in this game because of his karate skills and stuff like that. But I think he would just totally be a perfect fit for this game. Warner, if you're listening, put him in. Yeah, I mean, if he's in the game, if I have to buy Hong Kong Phooey, I will buy Hong Kong Phooey. And I don't know buy games, but I grew up watching Hong Kong Phooey and loved Hong Kong Phooey as a kid. But I think he would be perfect for this game, just the way he is. So, as far as honorable mentions, and I'm not going to go in any specific order on this one, but the Animaniacs, obviously. Yeah, I could see them doing pretty well. You could throw all 3 of them in this. Yeah, you can switch them out or something like that. Switch out who's leader and then do different things. Right, and if they don't want to throw in all of them, then throw in one of them, like Wacko or something like that. I feel like it would be Wacko or maybe Yakko. Yeah. Another one would be Race Bannon from Johnny Quest. I don't watch Johnny Quest. So
Okay, so Race Bannon is Johnny Quest's kind of
that's
like
the
bodyguard.
dad,
He's
right. Oh,
no,
no, that's the
he's
guy with the eye patch, right? I think.
no, he doesn't have an eye patch. He's got like this white hair, but he's like the bodyguard type thing for Johnny Quest's dad and Johnny Quest himself. So he's a fighter. He'd be a bruiser.
I feel like if they did add a Johnny Quest character, people would just want Johnny Quest in as well.
Yeah, they probably would, and I don't think Johnny Quest would fit well in the game though. I think you got to have somebody like a Race Bannon type character, but I don't think he's well known or popular enough to throw him in, considering all the other Warner Brothers characters they've got. Another character, Space Ghost.
Ah, yes.
Space Ghost would be pretty cool in this.
It would be funny seeing him interact with Batman.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not, and you would think, okay, well, Space Ghost flies and stuff like that, but yeah, so does Superman. Superman flies in this game and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of cool,
Kind of flies.
Yeah. And maybe one of those things that Space Ghost does is he can use his invisibility thing every once in a while where he
that would be cool.
And like
you see a little outline or something.
Yeah,
like
you
that,
go after him, all of a sudden you go right through them and they're like, oh,
they
damn.
could do like what those like old cartoons did and do little lines around them.
Yeah, they would have to do that. That's what would make it look cool, because it'd be just like from the cartoon itself. So yeah, that'd be a good one. Let me see, make sure I'm not missing any other ones. Another one would be that Warner Brothers owns is Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice was, I think, one of the ones that were leaked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was, I think, data mined, but I'm not sure if that's 100% true. So.
Okay. So maybe that'll happen. And then the last one I have is, which I didn't even think of, but I saw on the list, Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka, huh? I didn't even think about that. Now,
I think that would be kind of funny.
Which version of him, though?
Oh, I think you'd want the one with Gene Wilder.
I like the Johnny Depp one a lot more. I feel like it would just be easier. I feel like
I'm sure it would.
Definitely both. They could definitely both.
I'm sure you could.
But hearing getting Johnny Depp in the game would be hilarious, though.
Oh yeah, I think he'd be funny as hell in this one. Maybe he has an Oompa Loompa with him or something. That helps
that'd be funny if he just throws an Oompa Loompa at someone. Just punts them at people.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So what's your 10?
Well, we already got 2 out of the list because we talked about Captain Caveman and Daffy Duck.
Mm-hmm.
I try to make this as big as possible. I got many characters from Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, DC, and Warner for itself.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, I'm not sure if Warner Brothers owns them anymore. There's 2 in here. I'm not sure if they own them anymore, but Popeye.
Okay.
I feel like he'd be a really fun bruiser, going around beating up people, eating spinach, and getting a buff, making them hit faster and harder.
Yeah.
You could have a counter move in which you can just bop on people, like one of those whack inflatable people.
Yeah.
But it'd be very interesting, and a Popeye stage would be really cool. Imagine like fighting on a boat.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. And the music would be really nice to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, Warner hasn't done anything with Popeye in a while, so I think it'd be pretty good if they got him back.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since they canceled, as I know, Sony was supposed to be making a Popeye movie, and they canned that for the Emoji Movie, which I don't like to talk about that movie.
No.
Okay. Really, it's stinky. But my next character is Beast Boy, which which would be a really cool fight to see, turning into different animals as he plays. Like imagine doing your side special and turning into a mammoth and ramming through, and then I don't know, pressing your special and turning a dinosaur and eating someone. It'd be really cool. He could have, I don't know, his alternate outfit being his original colors, the white on orange instead of the purple on black, or the other way around. You might have him be normal, and then his alternate costume can be the Teen Titans version. Yeah. But they can get the guy who does Beast Boy either from Teen Titans Go or from the normal Teen Titans. Whichever works, it's still going to be Beast Boy. I'd prefer it be the Teen Titans version of him, though. I was talking about voice actors a second ago, but if I had to choose between Teen Titans Go Beast Boy and Teen Titans Beast Boy, it'd have to be the Teen Titans Beast Boy, because Go's a little, it's kind of not good anymore. Or I mean, it wasn't the best in the first place, but
Right.
that's my opinion though. If you like it, you like it. I'm not gonna complain. Grimm from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh yeah.
He was in Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, so they already have a 3D model of them.
Yeah.
So I can see Grimm being very funny in the game. It'd be very fun seeing a Grim Reaper fight Batman or something like that. Especially with his Jamaican accent, I feel like he could make it very comedic.
Yeah, exactly.
He could very well make a 9 Lives joke with Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, definitely.
Very easily.
Definitely.
And his stage would be really cool. I don't know, fighting maybe in Retroville or the Underworld even. My next character, I'm not sure if they own them anymore. I know they put them in a ride with Gremlins way back. And I really hope they can get him because it would be hilarious. I want Alf.
Uh-huh.
I would love to see Alf. That would be so funny. He'd be like the weird character, like the one that's, off in the corner, and it'd be like, oh, it's Alf. They got Alf for this?
Yeah.
The one you wouldn't expect to be there, but he's there.
Right. Yeah.
But seeing Alf beat up Batman, I can see him saying some zany things and very punny things.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be very hilarious to see this guy like fight.
Yeah.
Next character, I would say Lion-O from Thundercats.
Ooh.
They did the show on Cartoon Network, which was all right. People were kind of mixed on it, but
yeah,
I'm assuming they still hold the rights for Thundercats since they just tried to reboot it on Cartoon Network, which failed horribly. But yeah, I would love to see Lion-O. I would have put He-Man in there, but I don't think He-Man is owned by Warner anyways. So
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, Lion-O I can see being very fun.
Yeah.
Like seeing him hitting people with the sword, powering up with the sword, saying thunder, thunder, Thundercats, ho, all that.
As he's doing that, then he just gets pummeled in the face.
Yeah, I mean, if Shaggy can power up and become stronger, why can't Lion-O say
right,
that?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, sure, it would be a very long power up, but I feel like it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
Next character I would like to see a lot and love to see Jim Carrey play as him, The Mask.
Yeah. Like that would be hysterical.
And they even have the animated series because if they really wanted to, they could just use the animated version of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be very cool if he could just open his jacket and you see a bunch of like machine guns come out and fire or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, make balloon guns or something like that. He'd be very fun.
He just burps. He's like, that's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, you can shoot fireballs and say that. That'd be beautiful. That'd be hilarious. My next character would have to be technically these are 3 or 1 because either one I'm happy with. The Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Mainly because they're actually like one of Adult Swim's first shows. I thought that was a very cool fact. It's one of Adult Swim's very first shows, and it did very well. It was very popular, and it lasted for a lot of seasons. But
so you're talking about Shake?
I'm talking about Master Shake, Frylock, and Meatwad.
Meatwad.
I could see them switching out and doing various different things.
Yeah,
like Shake and slash people with the swords, and then they could switch out to Frylock and he shoot lasers or trample people with his fry legs that he gets sometimes, or and Meatwad can transform into different things and use himself as I don't know, like a car or something like that. I know Jake does kind of the same thing, but just an idea. But even if they don't want to do that, you can just have Master Shake on its own because I love Master Shake as is, and I can see him being a very comedic character.
Right.
So even if you don't have all 3 of them, at least do Master Shake.
Yeah. Yep.
My last character of the top 10, Hank Hill. Because seeing Hank Hill trying to sell Batman propane would be the most hilarious thing in the world.
Oh.
And him dressed up. Yeah. Oh, it's Batman.
This propane accessories. Batman.
Yeah. I would love to see that. And fighting, I don't know, out like maybe you can have a stage where it's literally like the fence where they all hang out.
Yeah.
And seeing Lady Bird go by or Bobby Hill driving by on the bike.
They get Boomhauer and
getting ran over by Bobby or something like that.
Yeah, Boomhauer and them all watching. drinking beers near the
Yeah,
fence.
I don't know what kind of moves that you'd give him, but it would be very funny to have Hank Hill in the battle.
Yeah.
Like Alf, he would be a very like out of place character, but I feel like in the sense of Hank Hill, it would be hilarious.
You know, every once in a while, they could pull like a propane tank out of nowhere and hit
Yeah,
somebody over the head
exactly.
with it.
He can pull out a propane tank, and maybe he can be a little bit based on that. Remember that episode where they made a video game off of him?
I don't remember that one. No.
You have to watch that episode. That episode's really funny.
Hmm.
But yeah, you can like, I don't know, pull out a gun or something like that and shoot it at the propane tank, make it blow up or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they can do with him, but he'd be a very fun character, and I'd buy him. It'd be very funny to see him in that devil outfit.
Right.
But for my honorable mentions is the Batman Who Laughs. That's a character who's been getting a decent amount of attention recently, even as far as to getting into Mortal Kombat 11, which I was surprised by.
What is this? The Batman Who Laughs?
Yeah, it's kind of like a apocalyptic version of Batman, where he's pretty much like a Joker with like chains as weapons.
Okay.
He's really cool. If you look him up,
I'll have to look him up. Yeah.
He's a very cool looking character. And he even got, I think, a skin in Injustice 2, but I might be wrong about that.
Okay.
But he's a very cool character. I like him a lot. He's been even in Fortnite, which is I find hilarious.
Oh wow.
Like he's that popular. A lot of people like him. The comics were pretty good. I never read them for myself, but I heard a lot of good things about them.
Yeah.
But definitely the Batman Who Laughs. He'd be a really cool character. Another villain from DC, Lobo.
Yeah.
Lobo's a bounty hunter from space, and it'd be very fun, hitting people with chains, maybe tossing your cigar at people, giving them burns.
Yeah, they probably can't put the cigar in the game because that's probably a no.
Well, I mean, they're putting in Adult Swim characters. I'm sure they can make it teen. Yeah. I'm sure they'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'd be a very cool character, running down people with his motorcycle and whipping them with his chains or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's another chain character, but it would be cool. I mean, Lobo's a cool character. I liked him a lot in the first Injustice, and seeing him in MultiVersus would be pretty cool because we don't have a lot of DC villains. We only have Harley, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, another character I have is the Mars Attacks Martians.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now I know a lot of people don't necessarily like Mars Attacks. I know some people do and some people don't. It's a very mixed bag, it seems. But it would be funny running around as, these Mars Attacks people and shoot your ray guns at people and, hit them and all that. I don't know what you could do for a moveset much, but it would be interesting and entertaining to watch these things run around and get hit or something like that. Maybe if they get hit, the glass on their dome breaks.
Right. Sure.
Or something like that.
Yep.
And I don't know, maybe if you get lucky enough with your shots, you can turn someone into a dog and they have their heads on the dog. And they have to run around as the dog and they can't do anything or something like that. It would be very funny. My next character is It.
Oh, from Stephen King's It.
Either that or the reboot, either one.
Okay.
They can easily make it an alternate outfit. But yeah, I thought because he already shapeshifts and also is a very iconic horror villain, I think he'd be very cool to show up here. Like imagine hitting people with like mantis arms, or I don't know, maybe his recovery could be him turning into a balloon,
right,
and flying upwards. I don't know. They could do a lot for him, and I feel like it'd be very cool to have a horror character in there.
Yeah.
Spike from Gremlins.
Oh, okay.
Now there's some. I know I said we won't talk about the leaks and all that, but supposedly there was some quote unquote leaks of not voices, but like text that characters would read and say in the battle. And one of them referred to Gizmo from Gremlins. So there might be a chance that Gizmo gets in.
Yeah.
So if Gizmo can get in, why not, Spike, the villain?
Right. Yeah.
It's called Gremlins. Might as well add a gremlin.
Yeah.
Either Spike or maybe one of the villains from Gremlins 2, maybe the talking one. the talking gremlin. I forgot his actual name. I don't think they gave him a name. They could have.
Yeah, I don't
think
remember.
It might have been just been smart gremlin. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that would be very cool. And if they do, the second gremlin, this Gremlins 2 gremlin, they can, because that whole movie was about gremlins doing stuff in a laboratory and changing into different, versions of themselves. So maybe, I don't know, he can drink a potion, he can turn into something different, and you can choose what you want to be. Because you have the spider gremlin, you got the electric gremlin, you got the girl gremlin.
Right.
So it would be an interesting premise to change to what gremlin you want to be. But Spike is the main focus, and I do want Spike in the game because Spike's a cool villain. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a simple design. It's just a gremlin with white mohawk. I mean,
yeah.
It's still a cool design.
Yeah.
And for my final character, I combine these two characters that are kind of the same-ish.
Mm-hmm.
The Creepshow Ghoul and the Crypt Creeper. The Crypt Keeper.
Oh.
I don't know if they'd allow them because, they're like, one's literally like a corpse and the other is a ghost, but I don't know how far they're going to go in terms of what can we allow and what can we not allow in this game. But seeing them run around and using like the characters from their shorts would be really cool.
Yeah.
And seeing the Crypt Keeper like say lines and all that and making puns from other characters would be very funny. I'm only imagining what he would say to Superman. But
it'd be pretty funny.
It'd be very cool. I would enjoy that a lot. But yeah, that's that's all my characters that I'd want. Of course, there's many more, but for 10 in the 6 honorable mentions, that's the characters that I want. And like I said, the next couple of recordings or so, we'll go back into another list and have a theme. That's the word I was looking for, a theme.
Okay.
Not setting, but
yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see if
any of these characters come to the game.
Yeah, if any of these characters come to the game, I think some of them definitely have
a fighting
good chance
to
do that. So
if anybody is working at MultiVersus and is listening to us, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for MultiVersus. What are we doing next week?
So next episode, we're going to try to tackle 2 games. One of them is called Match Point, and this is a sort of a spin on Pong. If you played Pong, the original stick dot, like tennis type game where you go up and down and try to knock the square ball into the other end. There's a sort of a reboot of this game called Match Point, and it's by one of the developers my wife and I met at PAX East. We talked to them for a while and actually played the game with them and just had a real fun time with it. So they were nice enough to provide some Steam keys for us to try this game out. I know my wife and I will probably sit down and play it for a little while. Hopefully you'll be able to play it with one of your friends over at your house, because I don't think it's going to be multiplayer online for us to try together. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. But that's one game. And there's another game that a developer reached out to us and is giving us some Steam keys also to try a game. It's called Gladiators. So almost like Gladiators, but Gladiators. And it's basically you create characters to fight in an arena. And the trailer we watched looked pretty interesting. It was funny. It's kind of almost 8-bit type, but one of the characters was Abraham Lincoln fighting in an arena. And there was like laser guns and laser weapons and all kinds of stuff. It was kind of interesting. So I think we're both going to give that a go and see how that is. And so that's 2 games that we'll talk about next time.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this decently long episode.
Yeah,
we really enjoyed MultiVersus, and I'm sure we'll enjoy it a lot when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the open beta when it comes out.
And I'm definitely looking forward to what characters will reveal down the line.
Yeah.
And even DLC. And
Yeah.
I really hope this game lasts a good while. Like, I hope they add like a ton of characters.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think they do. I think they will. I think if
Well, it seems like this game's all getting a lot of like traction. A lot of people are liking this game.
yeah, I could see it being like the next, Smash Brothers, where they have,
Well, the game was initially supposed to be online, like it was supposed to be mainly focused around online play and how well it's supposed to be playing online. So I'm assuming it's going to be very popular.
right.
Considering that I don't even play online in Smash, and I have a lot of fun online in that game.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
like I said, I really hope they have local co-op when it comes out. Just regular local co-op, choose your place, select your character, and fight,
Hmm.
and add stocks to
Yeah,
add stocks to free for all and team battle. But
right.
those are my basic complaints.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, everything else is perfect almost.
Yeah,
But yeah, I hope anyone else listening to this is very excited for the game as we are. And yeah, we're very interested to see what characters you'd want to be in there.
yeah. Absolutely. If you've played this game, definitely reach out to us and let us know what your favorite character was, and maybe some characters that you want to see added to the game.
It doesn't
And,
even have to be like in the relevance of like how possible it is, or how even if there is no moveset you can think of, but just like to hear what characters you'd like to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of your favorite characters you'd want in the game?
Yeah, reach out to us on Twitter or Facebook. We're on both of those, so just look us up, and love to hear your comments on that.
Oh yeah. But that's it for this episode. We're not going to give it a rating, of course, because this is just the alpha.
Yeah.
We'll probably do an actual episode on it. Maybe, what would you say, a year after it comes out, just so it.
It depends. Yeah, it
Maybe
depends.
less than a year, maybe a couple months.
Yeah, and we might do a follow up when the beta comes out. We might do a follow up on it then, and kind of see how things say.
Yeah,
give you our impression
if it changes,
if it's changed any, or if it's gotten 10 times better.
If it hasn't changed any, don't expect like an episode on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe,
They're not adding
like
any
a thing here on
but,
maybe here or there on Twitter, but nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing not like an episode on it, unless it like drastically changes and all of a sudden we hate it or something like that.
Right.
But all right. That's this episode. So stay indestructible, folks.
Thanks, everyone.
Peace.
Game over.
Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you enjoyed the episode. We're on Facebook and Twitter, and if you go on our website with the same name, you can also find us on all the other kinds of stuff you can listen to us to. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful day, folks. Stay indestructible, and peace.